Good afternoon. I think this is our very first graduation that's been SRO. I think that is really, what a wonderful compliment to this fabulous class. So my name is Lynn O'Neill, and I am the luckiest instructor on the planet because each year for 6 years, I've had the opportunity to teach this wonderful emerging leaders class, AKA E200. It kind of has gone by both over the years. But it is a privilege. And I know lots of times people say that, but I will tell you, there is nothing like this course and the people who come to take it and complete it. So I am thrilled to be here. I certainly want to thank some folks. But before I do that, we have sort of a special deviation today. So Herb Austin, might I get you up here for just a moment? So everybody knows Herb, and everybody knows he's wonderful. And no group has ever had a more ardent supporter or a more brilliant one. But you know, a few years back, Herb played in the World Cup, and they didn't win. And we felt so bad about that. So let me, Sherilyn Rudolph, who I hope you also know, yay, Sherilyn. So Sherilyn has a gift for her, and you have to open it here.
This is the Brazil. Oh my God. That's where I come from.
Is that not right?
Of course, I don't know if I can accept this in the government. We have some rules and regulations.
We're not telling them. We're not telling them.
This is over $20, and clearly this is $2, and this is $5. The box has no value, I guess.
And that is from this entire class, Herb, because you have always been our hero. So I definitely want to thank Yolanda Olivares. I always say that wrong. Olivares, got it. And Deputy Mayor Alonzo. Herb Austin gets our thanks every day because he is in and out of our classrooms, and we're so appreciative. But we know, Yolanda, that you're there too, and Yolanda will stop by, and we appreciate all the work that she does on our behalf, as well as those from the city of Dallas. There wouldn't be a program without Billy Medina. So Billy. He starts the work on selecting these wonderful classes that we have, and I'll tell you, nobody does it better. I think that was a song, wasn't it? You've already met Mark Langford. I know Katrina Wade Miller is on jury duty, but without them, we wouldn't have a class either because they make sure we have a place to meet, that everything is working, and that there is food, as Mark mentioned. So yay. And then I just want to talk for a second about the support systems, because in doing this program for 6 years, one of the things I've discovered, and we sort of thought that this was true in year one, but what we have found is that we were right on the money with this. Nobody, let me repeat, nobody makes it through this program without an extraordinary support system. And that support system may be the people who work with and for these CEOs. It may be the family members. It may be the wonderful guest experts and panelists who come through. It may be the people who were in the classes before who recommend these CEOs and who adopt them and make sure that they finish. But if you are any of those categories, so if you've been a panelist, if you've been a guest expert, if you are a past class member, if you are a family member, if you're in any of those, would you please stand and just let us acknowledge you so we know how important you are. We're fond of saying it takes a village, and you're our village, so we love that. So I want to tell you a little bit about this class. First and foremost, they're brilliant. If you could have been with me yesterday, I don't think I slept but about 2 hours last night, because yesterday I had the privilege of hearing 16 of the most incredible presentations I've ever had the privilege to witness. They were extraordinary, and they are from extraordinary people. This is a class, and you know, the classes before get a lot of credit too, because every year they teach us. So what happens is we learn how to better work with the class that's coming in, and we are just so thrilled to have that opportunity. This is a class that is full of heart. I watch them help each other and mentor each other throughout this course, and it does take that because they're busy. We had people who flew in and out at a rate that made me dizzy, but they made these classes, and they always came prepared, and they always helped their fellow class members. They were just like sponges, and it doesn't get any better than that. So I want to tell you, because all of the students know that I'm a great book person, and there's a new book out called Entrepreneurial Strength Finders, and I was a fan of the initial book. This one I just love. And I want to tell you, when it talks about part 1, what it says is only entrepreneurs can save America and the world. And folks, today you're going to graduate 16 people who are going to do just that. So help me congratulate them. So it's my privilege to introduce the 2 members who were elected by their class members to speak with you today. As you listen to them, just know that each of them represents, and I'll introduce them individually, but as you hear them, know that they represent the other 14 folks who won't be up here today, but who have every bit as much heart and are incredibly and equally brilliant, and who are so grateful for all that you have done for them and all that the SBA has done for them in this program. And for the class, I am lucky beyond belief. Sorry, to know you. They are amazing, and you're about to see that for yourselves. So it gives me tremendous pleasure, and we're going to have to mic them up when they come up here. But our very first speaker, again, elected by her class, is the president of Dallas Head and Neck Surgery Center. Her name is Priya Pandit. You're going to love her, and you're going to love what she has to say. Please help Miss welcome Priya.
Thank you very much, Lynn. I almost sat back down because you described our class to be so much better than what I think even we represent. And let me tell you, having said that, that's exactly who Lynn is and how she ran this program. With laser-focused vision, she looked right into us, and she drew out the best. For that, Lynn, we sincerely thank you. You took us on, inspired and coached us, and I speak for all of us in here when I say that your words are going to be echoing in our heads for a very long time. Sometimes we agree, we kicked and we screamed and we resisted, but at the end of it all, I can very, very confidently say, as the name of our program, we emerged as business leaders with a newfound passion for something that we already love to do. As entrepreneurs, just so we all know, we chose to work 80 hours a week so we avoid working 40 hours for somebody else. Where others saw obstacles, we saw opportunities. We were willing to take risks, believe in ourselves, and have the perseverance to build a niche, or as we refer to in our class, our value proposition. I'd like to thank the SBA, Herb, Billy, Kat, because you saw something in our applications and you probably sifted through hundreds. You took a leap of faith, and we thank you for extending this opportunity to us. Each one of us in our class lead extraordinarily busy lives, yet we made time to fuel our passions, because the one thing we all share is we know we want to be better. We have been sponges together because to every single person here, our business is our heart. And it shows in everything we do, from the products that we build, from the services that we deliver, and to the employees that we hire to represent our company. And as we poured through books and modules on finance and sales and marketing and resource management and strategy, we just kept drinking coffee and we kept brainstorming. Whether it was in our class or our CEO mentoring groups or conversations in the parking lot, we didn't just encourage or motivate each other, we downright pushed each other to become who we are today and make it through the barriers that we faced. Each of our growth plans and business models became everybody else's as we shared our aha moments, our highs and lows, connected the dots, and like everyone in here, furiously took notes in class. Like the late Steve Jobs said, the only way to do great work is to love what you do. This is something that resonates true deep down in all of us. Just imagine our class. It's filled with individuals who were all driven, type A, somewhat obsessive, incredibly confident, and dedicated to their vision. Imagine a class like that. It was truly one of the most grueling yet best experiences of our lives. I speak for all of us here when I truly thank all the people in our lives, whether it's our parents, our spouses, our children, our mentors, our business managers that shaped us, inspired us daily, and allowed us to take part in this course. Close to a year ago, guys, we were 16 strangers in a U-shaped room. And today, we leave as friends, mentors, and an absolute incredible network to each other. Lynn and some of the past graduates in here may not agree with me, but I really do believe that we are the best class she's ever had. This is not our end. It is just the beginning of our journey together. I look forward to all of our paths crossing, both professionally and personally, and I thank you, and I'm very humbled and extremely honored to have been able to represent our class today. Thank you.
So now you know what I mean about the quality of this class, and you've only heard half the speakers. I have to tell you something about Priya that I didn't mention, because sometimes, as president of the Head and Neck Surgery Center, we refer to that as an ENT practice, and for ears, nose, and throat. And I love their tagline, which says, "We want your nose in our business." I think that's pretty good, right? So our next speaker is Rick Erling. And Rick is the president of Business Growth US. This is a company that he has grown and that has morphed into sheer greatness. And I'll tell you, if you're looking for leads, he's your guy. He's written a wonderful book that came out while he was in the class. Yay. And one of the things that I love so much about Rick is that in the course of this class, he has helped any number of his colleagues, his fellow class members, to help to build their businesses through what he does best, which is make contacts. We all treasure him. I know you will too. Help us welcome Rick Erling.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Rick Erling, and I am elated at the opportunity given to me to speak before the U.S. Small Business Administration Emerging Leaders Class of 2014. I am humbled, and I count myself privileged by this opportunity. You know, over the last 7 months together at the Bill Priest campus of El Centro College, we've learned a lot. We've had well over 100 hours of professional training and peer-to-peer counseling. We've gone deep into learning about the organizational framework required, the resource network, and the motivation required to build a sustainable business. If you ask me how to summarize that in one sentence, I could best sum it up by a quote from Henry Ford. A business that makes nothing but money is a poor business. If I could share just one example with you today, could I do that? In one of our first classes, our beloved instructor, Lynn O'Neill, dropped a large sheet of blank white paper on our desk with a box of crayons. She put it in front of each student, and she assigned a problem to us, rather matter-of-factly, I might add, much like a grade school teacher. And Lynn said, I'm going to give you this crayons and paper. You've got 15 minutes to sketch out your big vision for your business, and then you're going to present it to each member of the class. You know, the most amazing thing about that assignment that Lynn assigned to me was that I can still remember the smell of that crayon, that box of crayons that I opened up. Crayola crayons they were. Anybody know the yellow and green box of Crayola crayons? Can anybody smell that right now? Yeah? A Yale University study on scent recognition ranked crayon smell as number 18 of the 20 most recognizable scents to adult Americans. Yeah, that's a fact. For most people, when you smell crayons as an adult, there's a cerebral flashback in your brain to childhood, and it makes you more creative. And that's exactly what Lynn did. She brought out the creativity in us. Yes, studies have proven that the simple smell of crayons increases creativity in the adult human brain. So here I am, 54 years old. In class, I felt free, I felt happy. But most of all, I felt a change in my own mindset. So how did this mindset apply to my learning in the Emerging Leaders Initiative? Well, it has everything to do with it. You see, because if you give a child a problem to solve, they come up with these really cool, unique solutions because they've got no statute of limitations. The ideas have a budget of $100 gazillion. They can even sprinkle a little bit of magic on it to make sure it works just right. There's no hurdles such as cost, lawyers, limitations, or rules. So here we are in the classroom. We put together this big vision drawing. We present it to the class. And then over the next 7 months together, we made that vision a reality. The ideas ended up being unique, amazing, fresh, and innovative. So the big aha moment for me in this whole class was that just yesterday I did my final presentation, and it was almost a mirror image of that crayon drawing that I did nearly 7 months earlier. I thought that was really neat. The lesson learned in all this as a small business owner, the big takeaway here is a business owner wearing many hats and managing the day-to-day operations of your business, it's important to take a step back now and then. Look at that big picture and continuously work on your business rather than in your business. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly what this course was all about. If I could take a moment to thank the folks that brought us here today, I'd like to first thank my fellow graduates, the Small Business Administration, and the taxpayers, without whom there'd be no class and there'd be no cause for me to stand here before you today. I'd also like to take a moment to especially thank Lynn O'Neill, our instructor, who has guided us on this educational tour. To Herb Austin, Billy Medina, Nancy Alvarez, Katrina Wade Miller, and everyone at Interrise who all managed the program for the SBA, thank you for making this one of the most amazing experiences I have ever had. And to each and every guest speaker, the panelists, you've all made a great impact on our businesses. I thank you. And last but not least, thank you to our families and friends. Sitting here or not today, your support means a lot to us. You've given us the strength. Yep. You've given us the strength to get through those long days, late nights, and challenging assignments that Lynn put on us. As a final thought going forward, I leave you with a quote from Newton D. Baker. The man who graduates today and stops learning tomorrow is uneducated the day after. We, the class of 2014, are a powerhouse of creativity and innovation. The SBA has given us all the tools we need to be successful to take our businesses to the next level. But one thing was missing. So in closing, I am presenting a box of crayons to each one of my fellow classmates. I want you to always remember there are no limitations. Keep leveraging those budgets of $1 gazillion and sprinkle a little bit of magic on from time to time. And most importantly, never stop learning, my friends. On behalf of the U.S. Small Business Administration Emerging Leaders Graduating Class of 2014, I wish you all the best in your future. Congratulations to each and every one of us.